If you're live with us on TikTok, start popping
Give
your
us
questions
some-
down in the chat. We are all yours now.
Yeah, give us some Q's and we'll give you some A's.
All righty. We're going to start out here today. Our
Thanks
first
for all the
question
follows.
is going to be from Michael. Michael asks, I have D. Adams and G. Wilson. Let G. Wilson go, question mark.
Nope.
Which one of those two would you trade away?
D. Adams.
I would probably trade away D. Adams, Michael, and the reason why is because he holds more hype behind him. You could get more out of him right now.
I think you can get a little bit more of a haul for Adams.
I think you're going to get the same out of both Adams and Wilson when it comes to like their performance.
Yeah.
But I think that the name Davante Adams, because it's in the news and you see him in a New Jersey, he holds more in your trade value.
Yeah,
Wouldn't you say?
I agree.
I agree with that.
Let me see. Next question is going to come from Trevor Sherman. Trevor asked Mahomes, Ayuk, and Puka for Fields, Amari. Was it worth it? Oh, Josh
Wait, no,
Downs.
you're doing it wrong.
What?
Yeah.
You read
the wrong
You read
question,
two
bro.
different
Did I?
questions.
Yeah,
you
Mahomes,
started
Ayuk,
one-
and
you
Puka.
started
Oh, there it
somewhere,
is.
and
No,
you-
no. That's. I read it right.
No, you didn't.
I just
you
missed
didn't.
Olave. I missed Olave.
You didn't.
You
even
didn't do
say
it right at
Fields.
all.
I did say Fields. That's the first name I
But
said.
then you started reading some other
No,
questions.
Well,
no, you don't
anyway.
trade.
Answer the damn question.
And I don't
no,
think you'd
because
trade
Fields is
that.
not the starter anymore.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I don't
wouldn't do
really
that
like
trade.
that trade that much,
So,
Trevor. To be
the
completely
Steelers are
honest
gonna
with
roll.
you.
Are gonna put in Russell Wilson, which is
Yeah,
so dumb.
we hate
so
it.
Dumb.
We hate it.
I hate it.
Now,
so much.
this is, you are right. I did read half of a question.
Yeah. See.
So
Yeah.
Ty asked, traded Josh Downs and McLaughlin, which, the wide
McLaughlin,
receiver.
He's the backup to Javonte Williams.
Oh, the running back from
Yeah, he's the
Denver.
running-
Oh,
the
okay.
other running
For
back from
Amari Cooper, was it worth it?
Yep.
Yeah, I think that's a good trade.
Yeah.
100% worth
Yeah.
it.
No.
Ethan.
Good
D.
trade.
Adams, Flowers, Neighbors. Need to sit one. Lou, which one would you
Ooh.
sit? I would probably say D. Adams. I don't think he's going to
Saying
play.
D. Adams as well, yeah.
Mason asked, drop Richardson for Caleb Williams, keep Singletary or Tracy. What do you think, Ben?
Drop Richardson for Caleb Williams
Mm-hmm.
and keep Tracy.
I would keep Tracy. I don't know. I would hold both.
I
of
would
them
hold
for right
both
now.
of them.
If you have Singletary in your IR spot, wait and see how that plays out for the week. But
But I'm with you. Drop Richardson for Caleb.
Yeah, I'm with him as well on that one. Isaac asks, I'm not very good at fantasy trader. I'm not gonna lie. I rely on waiver wire and good draft tips.
What are tips?
What are tips?
What are tips?
What
So-
my tips would be probably to take a look at last year's stats and pull those up. I don't go off of the X rankings from this year. I go off the X rankings from the year before or the total points that a player had. the
Yeah,
year
I don't
before.
normally go off rankings either. I go
Yeah.
on where they're at in the depth chart
Yeah.
and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
I just go on vibes.
so like,
Yeah.
how many touches does someone get a game?
Yeah,
How many targets they get a game?
touches and targets are,
Yeah,
are
look at
big
touches
for me.
and targets.
That Isaac, I go touches and targets. If I'm going free agency, definitely touches and targets. And if I'm in my draft, I'm looking at average touches and targets over a couple games. Smiley Face asked, should I do Devontae and London for Montgomery?
Overpaying.
That's
in my
overpaying. I
opinion.
think, man. I think that's just a little bit too much. Let me move down to a couple new ones here. Ollie, you think Cup is going to be worth the start this week? I don't think that Cup is going to inevitably
If he plays,
play.
yes. If he plays, he's worth starting.
Yeah, if he plays, he's worth playing.
So
I'm not sure if
he
he's
is,
going to.
He is practicing this week.
Yeah?
It is possible he can return this week.
Okay.
So just keep an eye out during the week on his practice status and everything in your respective
in your
fantasy apps,
Mm-hmm.
whichever one you use. So
Next one, Swag asked, I'm 2-4, traded JJ for Mixon and Cup. Swag, you won that trade, sir.
Trade JJ for Mixon and Cup. Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
Oh, yeah. If you haven't done it already, yes. Trade JJ for Mixon and Cup. Yes.
I think you gave up a little bit too much.
No, if he's trading away
Trading
JJ
for
and getting Mixon and Cup.
Yeah, I'm assuming JJ means Justin Jefferson.
Yeah, he's getting Cup and Mixon.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
I was like, what?
I was mixing. I was seeing
Swapping
and
sides.
I
Yeah.
was switching the
Yeah,
and
yeah,
and for. Yeah,
You were
that's
doing
my
JJ
bad.
and Mixon for
Yeah,
Cup?
I was like, what?
Yeah, no, that'd
Yeah.
been wild.
That'd be crazy.
No,
Brody.
okay.
Brody asked Neighbors for Higgins and Kenneth. Yeah. You're getting T. Higgins and Kenneth Walker for Neighbors? I would do that.
I don't know if I would do that.
think these questions. You need to start specifying. Is that a word?
Specifying?
Yeah, we can specify too.
Specifying who you're trading and who you're trying to get.
I would keep Neighbors and not go for Higgins and Kenneth. Kenneth is like so injury prone, and Neighbors before his injury was like wide receiver 1. So I don't know. I wouldn't want to get rid of Neighbors yet, personally.
Good grind.
I have
Thanks
him and
for
I
those.
like him too. So
I don't agree with him on that. I would take the 2 players because both are players that can put up a lot of points. I'm going to get Ross right here, and we're going to move down a little bit. Amari Cooper for J.K. Dobbins. Should I hold Amari and hope Deshaun steps up? Ross, breaking news. He doesn't play for the Browns anymore,
Yeah,
brother.
Amari Cooper is now a Bill.
Yeah, Ross. Amari Cooper is now a Bill.
So-
I would hold on to him and not trade him for J.K. Dobbins. Let me catch up here. Good grind boss. Najee and Mostert for Debo. Ben, would you do that? Najee and Mostert for Debo. Good grind boss. Are you getting Debo for these 2 running backs?
Yeah, if you're getting Debo.
yeah, we just have to specify. I would personally keep Najee and Mostert and not trade for Debo.
I would only trade
Seems
one
like
of
a
those.
lot for Debo.
I would trade one of those good grind, one of those one of those running backs, and then one of your junkier wide receivers in that situation. Just because it seems like you're giving away all of your running back depth.
Chuba or A-Chain?
I would go
Chuba, Quentin.
Quentin, I would go Chuba.
Yeah, Chuba.
Julian, I just turned the sound on and could hear myself in my ear and was like freaking out about what that was. Next question comes from Julian. Devontae and Brian Robinson for MHJ and James Cook. Ben, why don't you take that one?
Oh man, I don't love it.
I don't love it either.
But I don't hate it.
I don't
either.
hate it, but I don't love it. Like it's like you're kinda
Trading
just-
injuries for injuries.
Yeah,
you're trading injuries for injuries.
I mean, it
and
seems like a fair trade.
Julian, it
It's fair
seems like
trade.
fair trade.
it's a fair trade.
That's what I would say on
Like
that. It
if you
seems
want
like
to
it's
pull
fair.
that trigger, that's on you. I don't think I would necessarily make that move.
Yeah, Good Grind says yes, he's the one trading 2 for 1. Good Grind, let us know who your junk wide receivers are. Let's replace either Mostert or Najee in the Debo trade. I don't think you need to send 2 running backs, brother. Stinky Scoopert, opinions on Packers signing former Broncos kicker Brandon McManus to solve the kicking problem. Stinky, I did read a report before we got on live that they had tried him out. I did not know that they had signed him. That's bad for me because I had Narvison as my kicker.
Yeah, I picked him up in a league.
McManus is a good kicker.
He's
Yeah.
always been solid.
He was better on the Broncos than he ever was when he played on the Jaguars. He was terrible on the Jaguars.
Yeah, he was terrible for the Jags.
Stinky, I think it's an upgrade. I'm not sure if it's a big one. I did like Narvison, but he is too inaccurate. If you're a Green Bay Packers fan, man, you guys are looking decent. Start Deontay or Tank Dell this week, or is it Tank Bigsby? Can't tell. We're gonna go with
I'm
pretending it's
assuming
Tank Dell.
I'm going to say you start Tank Dell.
Okay.
I'm gonna agree with you, Lou.
All right.
Tank Dell.
Isaac wants to know Adams, Garrett Wilson, Zay, Mooney. Which one are you sitting? Personally, I think Adams doesn't play this week, so that's the pick. What do you think, Ben?
I mean, if Adam plays, you
Then
play
bench
Adams,
Mooney.
then Mooney.
Yeah.
You sit
Yeah.
Mooney. But if Adams doesn't play, then you sit Adams.
Play the other ones. Yeah, makes
Kinda
sense.
Self-explanatory.
Lou, Ken asks Godwin, Josh Jacobs for Kenneth. Who wins?
The guy who's getting Godwin and Josh Jacobs.
I
Kenneth
agree.
is not like.
Yeah.
I don't even
yeah,
know if he's
Kenneth
any
isn't
better than
that-
Josh Jacobs.
And
He's
Godwin's
not-
doing too
He's
good.
not
Yeah.
that type of RB1 where you can get 2 players for.
Right.
He's a 1-for-1 swap.
Right. Mason asks.
And that depends on the 1-for-1 swap.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
100%.
Yeah, it has to be
Like-
a high value 1-for-1 swap. Or for who?
For Walker.
Walker, I would say a low one. A
Yeah.
low, like Debo for Walker.
Like, yeah,
would be fair
Walker
for
and
me.
Debo. That would make sense.
What RB do you think I can get for Ayuk, Neighbors, Cup, or Amon Ra? Have wide receiver depth, but need a running back. Let me tell you here, Mason. I'll answer this one for you. You could trade probably out of the ones that you have. Ayuk is the worst. Neighbors is the 3rd best. So what I would do, you probably can't get a lot for Ayuk, but you could probably get a good bit for Neighbors, and you could probably get someone as high as like a Gibbs or maybe like a Josh Jacobs level kind of running back. So I would aim at that level.
I would
man.
trade Cup though over Neighbors personally.
That is a horrible take.
Yeah. Why'd you even
That
say
I don't even.
Like, come on,
that
man.
what? Cooper Cup?
Yeah, Cooper Kupp on the failing
The
Rams.
man gets like
He had one good year. That was amazing.
one good. What? Or
He had
what
that
are you
one
smoking?
amazing
Here,
year.
I'll
What
answer some
the
questions.
hell? Oh
You
my
look up some
God.
stats.
I'm gonna. We're pulling up his stats. One good year.
He had one
Get
fantastic
the shit
year.
Out of here.
A century
Good grind.
year.
So you have Kyron and Brian Robinson too. Okay, well then at that point, I mean, as long as you have one other running back, I think that would be okay. G. Allen, do you think they actually start Russ? Dude, I hope not. I will be so upset. I don't want them to start Russ. I don't think Russ has the skills that he used to be able to portray. Guys, help us out and make sure you're following us. That's all we ask for. If you could smash the like button while you're watching, and if you guys could give us a follow, we'd really appreciate it. Patrick asks, pick up and start Drake May or Rodgers? Dude, I think Rodgers.
I think you gotta go Rodgers.
Yeah,
there.
especially with him adding Devontae Adams. Did you get stats up?
Yeah.
Here's some stats on Cooper Kupp. Go ahead.
I mean, he's kind of right.
Oh, is he really?
I told
So,
you.
listen though. So his rookie year, he didn't really play that much. His second, third year, similar, 737 yards, 5 touchdowns. Next year, 812 yards, 5 touchdowns. 2021, 145 catches, 1,947 yards, and 16
That's
touchdowns.
the year.
He has
That's
the
the
record.
crazy year.
That's the crazy year.
So,
Thank you
and
guys
then-
for the
and then-
follows.
Yeah, thank you guys.
And then, these were the last couple years.
He's been injured a
so,
bunch.
and he's been
though.
injured a bunch.
Let me catch up on
So, like,
questions.
but he's whenever he is healthy,
fire.
fire.
He's the best. He's the best. He's
He
the
gets
best.
targeted like 20 times a game, man.
Yeah, but I'm taking Neighbors over him.
Beck, I wouldn't trade Amari for Deontay.